Morning, folks. Zach and I are gonna go hit the water.
Yeah.
We rigged up the Jackson Nar yesterday. That's a separate video. I'm so excited. 6.7's a really good
it
speed.
Flies. It's fun.
Yeah,
that's great.
Very
Today's gonna be a beautiful day.
Well designed hull, for sure.
Yeah, impressive for such a big boat, for sure.
Yep. But we're, it's early. It's a little bit after 5, and we're getting in a couple hours before you got a shipment of kayaks coming in, right?
No rest for the wicked.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's zoom out there.
All
Go
right.
catch some fish.
Have fun.
So we got an island there, and then one here, and in between there's this saddle, and we're coming up the saddle, but on the deep side in like 18, 19, 20 feet. Zack actually already got one. It was a perch, but I think there might be bass mixed in. We're coming up on the up into the 5-foot range. I'm seeing open areas here and there that I think were beds probably a month ago, but this pinch point between this saddle in between two islands can be productive. And we're gonna keep moving because of this low light period. I think let's each pick a side and just power fish the bank, move down lake, and throw something fast like a spinnerbait or something up in the pads. Are there pads on both sides?
Honestly, I've been here like once.
All right. Well, let's go explore it then, man. All right. I've marked some on the outside edge of the grass, like between that transition from, I don't know, man, like this bank goes straight up, and there isn't a whole lot of grass as you come out. I mean, it's there, but it's there in a very narrow band, and right on the outside of it, I can see right here, right on the right side, there's a fish right on the outside edge of the grass that's right there. Look how steep it is, straight down. It continues that way, and I'm in 30 feet, and there's fish just hanging out right on the outside edge of that grass that starts at around 17 feet. They're here though. All right, so I spent a lot of time on that particular bank. I got the one fish, saw a lot of panfish activity up near the surface. A couple better marks that were in that 10 to 15 foot range, just sort of suspended. So I got the DT10 working down there in that kind of green shad color. I forget what it's called, but I figure if I'm trolling something just outside of that grass line out in open water, maybe they'd come shooting up and grab it. All right, got a little largemouth trolling the DT10 here, right outside that grass edge. Obviously, came back with grass on it. A little largy. See you guys.
That's about the same I got.
Yeah. You got a couple up there. Where'd you get them on?
Follow up on a Ned rig. I was throwing the spinner, I felt a nibble, and tossed the Ned. Found one.
So I think that what I'm seeing is when I'm looking at the side imaging and just moving along the bank, they're right on the outside edge of the grass, and they are that bottom contour where the grass tapers off is between about 17 and 19 feet.
Yeah.
And they want to be right on that edge.
Right.
If you do your drop shot or Ned rig right on that, we'll call it 19 foot range, that's where I think we're going to find them. So you got to alternate between fishing fast and fishing slow to see what's really going to happen. The fishing fast when you're on a body of water you've never seen before, that I prefer, is trolling. And I've been trolling the DT10 and just leaving it down there, grinding around at you know, in that 10-foot range. And I'm looking on the side imaging, and I'm coming back to a spot that I want to put a jig on, that finesse jig I caught the first fish on. And we'll see what we can identify as we cruise in here. I get a couple of these guys to bite. They're out in a little bit deeper water. You know, probably there's some more out in front of this flat on the right. All of that looks interesting. There might be, yeah, there's some grass mixed in there, but you know, where it drops off from this flat out into this deeper water, I'm steering with my feet, kind of turning around, and I'm heading back over there. You can drop waypoints and mark it, but I know generally it's the flat and then the drop off. And it doesn't take long to get out into, I'm in 31.8 feet. There's a mark. That is a fish. I might be too deep to really show what I saw on the first pass, but this area for sure warrants working with the finesse jig. I'm gonna put the camera down and do that. So that entire bank that I just fished, for the most part, was half a cast offshore, was 38-40 feet, and even like a quarter cast was that perfect, you know, 17-18 feet. Right now, what I want to show you is that I'm a full cast offshore, and we're at 6 feet, and you know, you can see the grass, see the vegetation popping up here and there. It could be instinct for most folks to fish all of this, and I'd say if it was earlier in the season, yeah, they'll be out on this flat. But that's not what I want to find. You know, it's getting on to be August almost. What I want to find is that drop off. So I'm going to move out until I see that quick drop off, and hopefully I see concentrations of fish moving into 10 feet. I think once I'm into 15, then I can see concentrations of fish. That's what's gonna, I'm gonna steer, kind of stay out. So that's a departure for what it's been on this bank. So I didn't get any on the flat. I really didn't give it that long. I kind of want to stick with Zack, and he's moving on. But he said he did get a couple on that flat edge where it drops off. I've looked at the chart, and there's some other areas where there are big flats in an island right on the edge of it that seem like they'd be likely locations. But it's a start of a pattern. You know, the drop off with that grass edge on the outside edge of that drop off. I think it's time to skip a green pumpkin soft plastic stick bait up into this grass. You know, this is all one steep drop off, but it does have a grass edge, and if I can drop that stick bait down into some of this wood and grass combination, who knows, someone may come up and grab it and run. I'm really just watching the braided line to see how fast it takes off on the descent. You know, it has its own natural fall, and I got a lot of that Seagar Red Label fluorocarbon that allows it to sink faster on the braided line. So let it free fall, but then the braided line is the strike indicator that allows me to know, okay, it's been falling, okay, it's accelerating. You know, the acceleration in that fall can be seen. That was just caught on grass. You can watch the language of the line. I'm gonna put a little bit of scent on this guy, and it will absolutely tell you that one's grabbed it and he's moving. Got a little rock bass with the Senko. Another largie on that outside grass edge with soft plastic stick bait. So I put that ActiveTarget transducer in here just to kind of look ahead and just gauge general fish activity. Most of what I'm seeing as I move forward is a lot of panfish movement. I think these are some panfish right there, kind of hanging out right above the grass that we can see coming up here. But occasionally you see a bigger mark. I don't know, I'm leaving it there. I'm not really panning, but I am casting the jackhammer through the grass out ahead of me to see if I can get something more aggressive to eat. Got a very aggressive rock bass hitting the jackhammer. Caught up with Zack. Actually gave him one of my drop shots, Z-Man drop shots in shiner color, and he's gonna try that on the drop shot. He's already caught a couple fish with the drop shot, and we're making our way up to pretty interesting looking point all the way at the other end of this lake. And what I like about it is you have all the steep drop off on this side, and on that side you have that shelf, that real shallow area that, you know, probably has a good food source of all the panfish that the bass can be eaten on. It's probably got all that vegetation. You can go either way, but I do want to fish the rockiness of this point right on the tip of it and see what we got going on. I am going to switch. Let me slow this down as we get closer. Let me get the ActiveTarget down in there. I'll switch from that chart to the ActiveTarget, and we'll do the forward mode of ActiveTarget. And when that wakes up, yeah, there's a couple fish. Look at that. There are a couple panfish right at the surface somewhere 40 feet out in front of me, over who knows how deep. I think that Zack had said that it's, you know, over 100 feet deep in certain spots. Certainly it is here, because I just picked up the bottom in 100, and we're close. So it's a real good drop off. I'm gonna put the I'm gonna look for fish, and where I see fish I'm gonna cast, and I'm gonna use my finesse jig with the bat wings trailer on there. There's always crayfish. Smallmouth will always eat a craw, except for maybe on Lake Erie, and they're too busy eating gobies. Nothing yet. Close. Looks like Zack's hooked up.
Not too big, but Biggest one so far.
Nice. Little largy.
Yeah.
Got him down in that
Down by that tree on the drop
nice.
shot.
Very cool.
That's a nice fish. Get out of there.
Nice little largie.
Yep, largemouth on the finesse jig. Very cool. Thanks for a good fight. Yeah, a couple good fish in that log. You want to jump again? Come on, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Good fish. Jump right in that net. Right in the roof of the mouth. Out you come. Yep. So, the trick I do is I'm gonna teach you something. If you're doing a tournament or you just want to keep catching fish where you've caught some fish, I'm motoring him away from his buddies. If I release that last one right where he was, this one would not have hit. Like, they tell on you. It doesn't have to go far, but just away. Over here somewhere. All right, shush. She's telling me. There he goes. So we got a tree there and some fish moving around it. They got moved out of the right orientation to really show it off, but let me pan. Yep, submerged tree. Fish just sort of cruising around it. You wouldn't see that. I mean, it's down in there a bit, but it's telling me it's right here in front of that notched tree is right out here. Look at that. Very cool. Yeah, the rock bass. Off that tree. It's probably what I was looking at. Weren't real big marks, but yep, that's what's in there. See ya. We got a smallmouth on that tree. Ooh, hi. Are you? Excuse me, sir. You seem to have dropped this. I brought it back to you. So I'm heading to the back of this cove and I'm seeing, looks like some pads. So I got the Seaman goat toads out. See if I can wake someone up. I got one on the frog, or on the goat toads, even if he was a little one. I did have a bigger one blow up earlier. Just couldn't take it down for whatever reason. But it's kind of cool to have multiple patterns going at the same time. That, you know, deep grass edge, you know, finesse jig bite. Got a couple on the crankbait. Get something on the pads. Couple on the soft stick bait. Zach's doing well with the drop shot. Did you get any more? No.
You, I mean, what?
Yeah, I had a good one blow up in those pads. Nice. On the soft plastic frog.
Yeah, right on.
And I got a little one.
Yeah.
But it's a viable pattern.
Yeah.
You know, I had 2 good blow-ups in there. It just didn't connect. But then, you know, I don't know, smaller one.
Yeah.
But what do you hear from the shop?
I haven't heard anything yet.
No. If I'm gonna make that run to catch that basketball game tonight, I think I need to get moving.
Yep. All right. Let's do it.
Because I got to break camp and stuff.
Sure.
So I'd like to spend another day, but I've been away from my family for like
I completely understand.
Coming up on 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I know. And,
I mean, I was home for like I basically used my own bed as a hotel. It's like, I'm in, I'm out. See ya.
Yeah, no, I can relate.
But it's beautiful up here, man.
It is a nice little lake, eh?
Yeah, it is. It is, and I know we just touched the, you know, just scratched the surface on what's possible here. There's some good fish in here. All right, we're gonna zoom on back. I got a 9 p.m. basketball game to get to. That's, I don't know, an 8-hour drive from here.
Yeah, at least.
You know, I'll be able to get to that. And you got a, what, Delta kayaks?
Yeah, hopefully a truckload of Deltas showing up today.
Cool. I want to show one more thing on our way out. I mean, we had a good morning. I mean,
we caught some fish. That was fun.
For sure. What I want to show relates to the Torpedo, but it's all stuff using the chart. So we're gonna go to the chart. This is really how you use the GoTo function. So you go to the chart, and we want to make straight runs. We want to be most, you know, efficient, so that we're not going, you know, we're getting there as quick as we can.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll eventually get a distance that we can set our remaining range to, which will be fine. But on bigger water, this really plays in. So what I do, and the GoTo function is different on each, you know, on each unit. I'm gonna have you get close enough that you can see this. You got a Garmin, you'll figure out the GoTo with it. But basically, I'm going to hit where it says find. Come on, you worked a second ago. All right, waypoints. When I started this morning, I dropped a waypoint on.
Well, that was clever. I did not do that.
Yeah, well, it helps. Yeah. It's this is a fairly new unit for me. Oh. And it's 15. So with 15, we hit the GoTo. And GoTo, you see how I hit that, and it started a kind of gray shaded area with a red line down the middle. So as we navigate, we stay within the gray line, and that gets us quick. So the other thing that I kind of passed over when looking at the waypoints, it'll give you a distance. So I'm scrolling down to 15. How far away do you think our takeout is? What's a guess?
Miles, probably 2 miles.
Close. Yeah, we are 1.64 miles away.
Yeah.
All right. So say it's a greater distance. You're finding the GoTo. You're figuring it out.
There you go. Yeah. It works.
And you can you know, actually find where you want to go drop a waypoint on somewhere
Yeah.
far away from where you are
Yeah.
and do the same thing. I
Yeah.
just happen to do it, but yeah, this is 1.64. I'm gonna come back to my navigation, and really, what happens with the throttle is you start moving it, your remaining range, which is here, you can set that to 1.64 or whatever it is. And you know, I know I'm getting ready to mash it, but basically, if I mash this all the way, I'd still at 84% probably have 4 3/4 miles. Is my guess. I don't know. Let me mash it and figure it out. But that's way more than, you know, 1.64. So we can go at full speed. But this matters when you're going greater distances. You can set it right to what you need. So, full speed. Yeah. Into the wind. I have 3.1 miles of remaining range, so we can go at full speed. If that weren't the case, say we had 6 miles to go, we back off on that throttle. But it starts with knowing how far you need to go and running in straight lines to get back to where you're going. If I could only do that on the road.